say to young mothers, I love young mothers. I love watching young mothers with their children. I love praying for young mothers because I know they need prayer. This is not an easy task. And life has a lot of hard knocks, and God forbid that I be an older woman in the church and make it harder on a young mother bringing up a child. God forbid that. I don't want to be that. I want to be that one that I don't care how bad it is, what kind of day you've had. I want you to be able to talk to me and let me help you through that day. And that's what I think about. Some of the things I remember when my children were smaller, and I had it made because I was an older mother. I was 33 when Joe was born, 36, almost 37 when Natalie was born. And so I had been around a lot of children. I had always been with children in children's church and in my work and in my nieces and nephews. I had always been with children, so I knew how to take care of a child. But I had never felt what it felt like for my child to have a fever, for my child to fall on skin as knee, or for my child to be bullied or hurt by someone else when they really weren't doing anything to get that done. But for that to happen to them. So when it was, I wanted to be that mother that grabbed a hold of another mother and said, you need to get your kid in line and in order because they're messing with my child. I wanted to be that kind of mother, but I knew that wasn't right to be that kind of mother. And so I'm not going to say that my children were always right. I'm not going to say that my children never did any wrong. I'm going to say that my children are children. And I'm going to give you the same grace.
Right.
Your children are children. Now, if you're foolish about the fact that you don't recognize that your children are children and that they can make error or make a poor judgment, that's on you. You need to know how to protect your child from bad decisions. You need to know how to pray for that child and ask God for wisdom in how to rear that child and to see that child's need. Because when the child is going through these things from 7 to 12 years old, it's establishing what's going to happen from 13 to 21.
Yeah.
So you have to be on guard about that, and you need to pray for one another. I remember Natalie saying this about when Joseph was learning he was learning potty training. He was very young, and she was like, I can't imagine that another mother wouldn't have empathy for Nancy Joe in a situation of him wetting his pants or having to go too quickly or not the appropriate place to go to the bathroom. I can't imagine that another mother wouldn't have empathy for that instead of.
Now, I will tell you, that particular instance that she's talking about, Mom was not the one that this woman needed to watch out for. Nene was the one. You know, a lot of times I just have to sit back and I'm the one that gets to be calm, right? Because I have two bulldogs on either side of me over my children. But Nene did, she pulled out the guns for that, and I ever so politely signed my letter, Mrs. Doctor, or Dr. and Mrs. Bryan.
But I had already called, so I don't know if the letter did anything or not.
But my point is that
this is not the point she was trying to make. This is reality.
my point.
We probably could have handled that a little differently.
I'm not done with it.
My point is that in the body and in the neighborhood, it doesn't matter whether you're all Baptist, all Presbyterian, all Lutheran. It doesn't matter what religion you are all mother, and that's
right.
the walk that you're in. So let's lock arms and help each other with rearing our children. I want to be supportive of your children because guess what? They are the generation that my grandchildren are in.
Yeah.
And my grandchildren may marry some of those. Let me think about that. My grandchildren will marry some of the children in this generation. My grandchildren will. And so here we go.
Right.
So I don't want to.
It would behoove you to be
That's
a part.
to pray for that child and pray for that mother and say, pray for me. You know, I'm open for prayer. understanding, and I certainly want guidance, you know, and don't, you know, don't in their face, I don't want you to tell me that. You receive what.
And then you separate the wheat from the tares.
Right. I was known for feeling people's baby's feet, and if they were cold, I was known for telling their mother and daddy, that child's feet is cold. Are your feet cold? I was known for saying, you have on a really nice jacket. That blanket is halfway wrapped around your child.
In love. She
In
said
love.
all
I
in
did
love.
it all in love because I love that child. And, you know, and so it did become fond of me. People did finally realize it was fond of me. And I remember one young girl at church saw somebody's baby's feet sticking out, and she said, better not let me snatch you, see that? Because she's going to warn those babies. I still do it today.
Yes, but very much so in love.
Oh, always. I say to Nancy Joe, their feet are like us.
But at 6 and 4, it's a little harder to keep socks on.
It's
And
harder
at
to
6
keep
and
more
4,
than socks on.
and at 6 and 4, when they want attention from their grandmother, they come and
They
say,
stick
my feet are like ice.
Yeah.
My feet are like ice.
Right. What's your mama doing? Nothing.
I hope you
She's
received
doing
something.
nothing.
I hope you received something from that in the good, in that let's care about one another. Let's care about other people's children. Let's don't, it doesn't always have to be my child that gets the biggest award.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to be our community of children are successful, and they are champions, and they are championed by us. We are
Well, that
moving
they
and
learn to
supporting.
be the team because they see the
Right.
moms are team
That's
and
right.
not
That's
competing
exactly
against
right.
each other. That
Oh,
we
yeah.
are cheerleaders
Yeah.
for our sisters who are in the same
In the
crap.
same
Can we
boat.
just say that?
That's right.
That we are in.
That's right.
You know, literally. Yes, I say that literally. Holy moly.